Okay, so what we're going to do now is investigate another way to make shapes in SketchUp. And this is called a boolean operation in which you cut one shape out of another. So these are the results of me pushing a sphere into a cube and then cutting the sphere from the cube from the sphere, and the intersection between the cube and the sphere. And this is known as a Boolean operation, named after George Boole, who was a mathematician. And George Boole, 1815 to 1864, was an English mathematician and a founder of the algebraic tradition in logic. Okay. He revolutionized logic by applying methods from the then emerging field of symbolic algebra to logic, where traditional Aristotelian logic relied on cataloging the valid syllogisms of very simple forms. Boole's method provided general algorithms in an algebraic language, which applied to an infinite variety of arguments of arbitrary complexity. So what we are looking at is something called a contingency. And this is used a lot in 3D and in computing, is Boolean logic, okay? So this is what we're going to end up when we're done. So I'm going to erase these shapes. Let's just make a new canvas. That's even better. We're going to delete the little feller here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pancake. We're going to draw our sphere. Then I'm going to rotate this. I'm looking at it from the side. I'm going to draw a second sphere, and I want it to snap like so to the ends of both sides of that shape. Then I'm going to, this is how you create a sphere. If you didn't do that exercise, we're now repeating it. I'm going to select the edges here. We're going to do a follow me or lathe operation. I'm going to grab my follow me tool and click on the face of the other shape, and I have something like this. So I missed a little bit with the two shapes intersecting, but I can just click the erase tool and erase that. And I'm going to scale this down a little bit. So I want these shapes, I don't want to group or make components out of this shape because I won't be able to smash them together. I'm going to scale this inwards a little bit. And then I'm going to move it. And I want to move it in 3 dimensions. So I've moved it in 3 dimensions so that it's sitting right on the intersection between those 3 axes. Now I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and I'm going to draw a rectangle. There we go. I'm going to pull this up into 3-dimensional space. Let's push it over a little bit on this side. And we'll push it over a little bit more. So something like this. This should work, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to select this shape. And I'm going to grab my move tool. And I'm going to take it and push it into the circle like so it's biting into the circle, okay? And this will allow us to do our Boolean operation, which in SketchUp is called intersect with model, okay? So now I'm going to select both shapes. I'm going to right-click and choose the command intersect faces. I'll use with selection because everything's selected there. Now, before I continue, I'm going to select both shapes I'm going to copy them 2 more times. With the move tool, I'm going to click on the corner of the cube and I'm going to drag while holding down the control key and move it over far enough so that it's not in the way. Then I'll click on the corner with while holding down the control key and click and drag out another copy. Okay, so now I'm ready to do my Boolean operation, right? So I'm going to select the circle, right click and choose erase. And you'll see that there's this huge chunk cut into the square. I'll grab my eraser tool and click there. And you'll see that I have successfully cut into the cube using the circle. Now I'm going to come over and do the same operation, but this time I'm going to erase the cube. So I'm going to select the cube. Oops, I select both of them. Let's just click and delete. And then we'll grab our eraser tool and erase away the extraneous, whatever we don't want here. And once again, you'll see that there's this bite that's been taken out of the circle. I'm going to select that and hit delete. And there's our second operation. So it's generally referred to as A from B or B from A, or the intersection between B and A, which is what we're going to get in the third one. So I'm going to select the shape, right click, erase, and then I'm going to select this shape and erase it as well. And what you see is the intersection between the two shapes. Okay, let's get an eraser tool and erase this and erase this as well. And that is our Boolean operation, otherwise known as an intersect with model operation.